Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. As President Paul Biya prepares to be sworn in for a seventh term, Cameroon is entering the second day of a nationwide ghost town protest that has left parts of the country eerily quiet. The protest, called by opposition leader Issa Chiroma Bakary, is a symbolic act of resistance against what he claims was a stolen election on October 12. DW's Moki Edwin has the latest.
In cities like Garoua, Chiroma's stronghold, streets are deserted, shops remain closed and transport services are disrupted. Residents report barricades and tension, while in Yaoundé, life continues with relative normalcy under the watchful presence of local authorities. The government has dismissed Chiroma's claims as incitement and warns against civil disobedience. Official figures cite 20 deaths, but rights groups say the toll is much higher, with over 1,200 arrests reported nationwide. As Biya's inauguration looms, the mood in Cameroon is tense, divided and uncertain, raising questions about the country's democratic future and the resilience of its civil society. Here are some reactions from Cameroonians.
President Paul Biya has always used the swearing-in ceremony or oath-taking as a means to show to the whole universe how he is loved by the Cameroonian population. But for the first time in living memory, we have the fear this time around that the swearing ceremony will not be as successful as usual.
The call for a nationwide lockdown by presidential candidate Issa Chiroma Bakary, to the best of my knowledge, has been largely very effective all over the country. If you look around, you discover that in some of the major cities where business used to boom, everything is closed down to zero. Everybody is at home.
I have not been able to take care of my wife and child because of this lockdown. Children are not able to go to school, and I am afraid those of us who live hand-to-mouth lives or depend on this day job to feed our families may soon get to a situation of hunger, as goods scarcity has begun and we cannot work because there are no customers. My plea is for Cameroon to come out of this mess.
Elsewhere, Tanzania is emerging from a tense digital blackout just hours after President Suluhu Hassan was sworn in for a second term following a disputed election marked by violent protests and heavy security. Citizens have begun sharing disturbing images of alleged police brutality, including bodies on the streets and victims with gunshot wounds. The government has responded with mass text warnings threatening jail time for those who circulate such content. Why is this significant? The internet blackout, coupled with threats against those sharing alleged protest footage, signals a troubling crackdown on transparency and accountability. President Hassan's overwhelming victory, achieved amid opposition boycotts and allegations of intimidation, has deepened public skepticism. Human rights groups, including Human Rights Watch, have condemned the government's response and called for independent investigations into the killings. The way this crisis is handled will shape not only Tanzania's political future, but also its standing in the region as a democratic actor. And finally, German President Frank-Walter Steinmeier is concluding a 3-day visit to Ghana with a final stop in Kumasi before departing for Angola on Tuesday afternoon. The leaders discussed regional security, youth migration, and the need for structured labor mobility agreements. Steinmeier also announced 65 million euros in development support and emphasized Germany's commitment to Ghana's stability and growth. Why does this matter? Ghana is being positioned as a gateway for European investment and cooperation. Steinmeier's presence in Kumasi, a hub for innovation and education, underscores Germany's interest in long-term collaboration rooted in local capacity building. And that's all we had lined up for today. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel DW Africa. I'm Lucy Riley. Thanks for watching.